The pressure is really mounting on the president right now. They have seen more domestic violence homicides this year than they ever have before. We're told one man is inside the home and he will not yet come out. We do not know his condition. Now, off camera here are dozens of people who have been looking on for hours, and after putting up with this all day, all of this tension and all of this drama, they can only hope for a peaceful ending tonight. Pfizer got its emergency approval before Moderna, so naturally he expects Moderna to get the full approval from the FDA very soon. Those soldiers from the PA Army National Guard's 56th Stryker Brigade combat team were told last Thursday they would be needed in Washington. The president would like to be in the White House for the next 4 years, but it's not necessarily where he wanted to be tonight. At first at 6, college football's most played rivalry perseveres through the pandemic. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Southern California. Tonight on 69 News, a deadly fire scene becomes a crime scene. Dan, I saw you looking at your Red Sox through the weather center there.
I'm trying to multitask. Forecast and watch sports, yeah.
Well, as Johnny said, hopefully it doesn't go 19 innings.
Yeah, I'm hoping
tonight
to get to bed earlier tonight.
Yeah. Stay rested, Dan. We need you.
Wendy, Rob, the victim of this crash had nothing to do with this potential drag race. Police say the victim, who was identified by the coroner tonight as 58-year-old Sandra Dardis of Reading, was supposed to be protected by a stop sign at that intersection. Meanwhile, tonight, one neighbor who witnessed the crash is left shaken.
I watched them take her out of the car and into the ambulance and give her CPR.
I can see you're emotional.
It doesn't make any sense why the people won't slow down.
Her tears hidden from our cameras. A neighbor gives a chilling account of a possible drag race crash that took an innocent life.
It happens every day. Every day somebody's cutting somebody off. Every day nobody's paying attention to the stop signs. They're just in a hurry for no reason.
Reading police say around 10 o'clock Monday night, a white BMW and another unidentified car were driving at an extremely high rate of speed on North 11th Street. Police say the cars blew through a stop sign at the intersection of Robinson Street, slamming into a car driven by 58-year-old Sandra Dardis of Reading.
My fiance and I were inside watching television, and all of a sudden it sounded like a vehicle was going to come through our front window.
Dardis didn't make it. Police say the driver of the BMW fled the scene, but 3 passengers stayed behind. Police say the driver of the unidentified car also took off.
Our primary job is to identify the driver of the vehicle that fled, so we can find out exactly what happened and give the family of the deceased woman some closure and hopefully some justice.
Yeah, Wendy, Rob, the family of Gregory Longenecker reached an agreement with the state on a $475,000 lawsuit settlement. Now, as far as the incident goes, back in 2018, an investigation found that police acted reasonably. Meanwhile, the family members say they are satisfied with the settlement, but for them, it is a scar that will never go away.
They know he is unarmed and not a threat. Yet the state police send in 15 armed law enforcement, a helicopter, and a 9-ton bulldozer to get Greg at all costs.
More than 2.5 years after Gregory Longenecker's death, his family settles out of federal court after suing the Pennsylvania State Police and the Game Commission. The family's due to receive $475,000. Longenecker and another man were found by police near a handful of marijuana plants growing on state game lands in Penn Township. Longenecker ran off into thick brush, and a state trooper and a Game Commission employee pursued him with a bulldozer. The Berks County DA's office concluded that Longenecker crawled underneath the bulldozer when it stopped briefly and was killed once it started moving again.
And for the way they had to pursue him was just ridiculous.
Gregory's uncle, Mike Carpenter, is hoping for sweeping changes to the way police pursue suspects.
I'm still trying to understand it. Why they had to take his life for a meager 10 plants.
Police say Longenecker had toxic levels of methadone and methamphetamine in his system when he died. The DA tells 69 News he stands behind the evidence and conclusions found in his office's investigation.
What I normally do is I like to make the lawn look nice.
This young man has a work ethic that would make his peers green with envy.
I wanted to sign up because then I would be able to help people cut their lawn.
11-year-old Carson Hall is one of many kids across the country doing what's called the 50-yard challenge. It stems from nonprofit Raising Men and Women Lawn Care Service that aims to get kids to mow 50 lawns for those who need it most. Hall is mowing his 10th lawn of the summer at a home in Lower Heidelberg Township.
I'd say I did a good job and I tried. If I didn't do well, then I'll do better next time.
Hall has mowed lawns for seniors, first responders, and people like James Ludwig's father, a disabled veteran.
I think that's good because a lot of the younger generation doesn't want to really do too much for the older and the elderly people and disabled people.
I think kids should go out and explore and do what I do, and because there's a lot more in life than just playing video games all day.
He says there's nothing quite like looking back at the lawn you just cut, admiring the crisp lines that homeowners long for. As rewarding as that may be, there's more in store for him at the end, courtesy of the nonprofit.
I would get a leaf blower, mower, and weed whacker, all to my own, so I could start my own business in the future.
He's well on track to become a cut above the rest. In Lower Heidelberg Township, Jim Vasil, 69 News.